Dobra, minęła bardzo, bardzo długa noc. No cóż, no trzeba by to kontynuować. Zobaczmy, co tu, kto to? Jarosław?
Good health to you.
Siemanko.
And another. Have you met the local lord?
Sir Hanush. Of course. He's a jovial sort and doesn't know what fear is.
No w sumie,
What about
tak powiedzieć.
Radzig?
Sir Hanush gave him the whole of Perkstein for his use. He seems to be bearing up well considering all he's lost.
A, tutaj w sumie chyba nic ciekawego się nie
What about the
dowiemy.
captain of...
Sir Bernard. A grouchy old bastard. He don't care much for us. I'd like to shove a stick up.
Okej.
And Sir Hans Cape?
Aye, I saw him. And for a young fellow, he was as drunk.
Tak.
How do you like Rata?
It's well fortified and well situated.
No to sam fakt moglibyście skończyć
How are
gorzej,
the
to dużo
Scottish
gorzej.
Oh, me and the rest of Sir Radzig's men are all right. We live at the castle and we've got everything we need. But the others are just making it down.
No tak, no ile mogą wspierać dobroczynnie w sumie. Kasa starcza im samym, a jeszcze muszą utrzymywać uchodźców. Kiedyś to się skończy, tak? Poza tym na początku mogli być mili, ale po jakichś par tygodniach.
Fine place. About the same size as Skalitz Castle. Sir Hanush don't mind lending it to Sir Radzig, because he's got an even bigger one.
Thanks.
Dobra. Tośmy sobie pogadali o pierdołach. Lecimy dalej. Rusz się. Kurde, idzie jak połamana jakaś. Strażnik. Weź się przesuń. Kurde, zatarują drogę. Jest.
Greetings. What do you need?
Master Fayfar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
No niby skąd
I
mają
asked
wiedzieć?
him who his liege was, but he
Paszportu nie
refused to tell me.
pokazał.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir Radzig.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many enemies.
No tak, to
He told me
dobry
that the fake money
powód,
was being taken
żeby się
to
ukrywać.
Passau in exchange for gold coins. Then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master is allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. Ah, but this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's the Clement of Kaplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, We should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzig and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square.
Okej.
God be with you.
No dobra, jedno zadanie z głowy. Fajnie by było jeszcze kobyłę spotkać i z nim zagadać. Spadaj, kmiocie. O, idzie. Hello.
Greetings. What do you need?
May I be of service, my lord?
Yes, Henry. Chief Engineer Fafar has been asking for someone reliable to assist him.
The chief engineer? Is it about Skallets?
In a manner of speaking. Master Fafar has, well, evil forebodings. I think he may want to send you to the Skalitz mines.
Can they really be restored?
Everything can be rebuilt with enough will and resources. Well, everything except a man.
Czyli dlatego wysyłają mnie, bo można mnie spisać na straty. Super.
Certainly. Where do I find him? Is he here in the castle?
Where? No, that's a good question. He went to
Tak, bardzo dobre pytanie, przed chwilą z nim gadałem.
Deal with something there.
Well, thank you.
Good luck, Hal. Farewell.
Okej, wracamy.
God bless you.
Master Fafar, Sir Radzig sent me to you.
Did he? He must think highly of you.
I do the best I can.
That's good, because this is damned important. Silver's our most valuable asset.
How can I help with these, evil forebodings of yours?
Sir Radzig may make light of it, but a large quantity of silver has been discovered hereabouts, and no one is guarding the Skalitz mines, the most likely source.
You really think someone could be stealing the silver from the mines? I would have thought that would
No
be
jakby nie było to
quite
jednak dziwne. Jakieś wojsko powinno zostać wysłane, żeby to tam pilnować, czy przynajmniej sprawdzić, czy ktoś tego nie rozkrada.
See what kind of state it's all in, and if anything looks as...
Is that the yard next to the Skalitz mill?
That's the one. I don't know what state it's in now. There used to be a stock of charcoal and smelted silver there.
A silver store? Could there really be any left?
I doubt it. I'd be surprised if it was still standing at all.
What about these waterworks? What's there?
A stamping mill and washing troughs. They're on the bend in the river below the castle. You can't miss them. There are big tanks and equipment all around.
You said mine gallery. Just one?
Boy, there's such a maze there that it would take a week to crawl through the place. There's only one gallery I'm interested in, at the foot of the hill by a small fish pond.
Why just that one?
Because I was expecting to find a seam there. All the indications pointed to it. So if anyone is stealing silver, it'll be right there.
Should I be expecting trouble then?
Well, I definitely wouldn't treat the job like a visit to church on Sunday. You could find yourself facing a pack of hungry dogs trailing the army, or a band of brigands.
I see. Well, you and Sir Radzig can rely on me. That's all clear. I'll get going.
See you later.
No na razie, na razie.
Damn.
No dobra. Wyruszamy. Jednoosobowa armia. Czyli ja. Kontrabandyci. Okej. Stanie zlecić. Jeszcze zdążymy. To samo. To nie wiem, które teraz... może najpierw to, co? Byśmy pojechali, poszukali, popytali. A te podróżowanie naprawdę mogliby przyspieszyć. I dotarliśmy, to zaczęliśmy się wypytywać w kuźniach i tak dalej, tak? Czyli tu na górę. Musimy zasuwać, dobra. No przeskocz. Ech, ta kobyła to taka jakaś mało zwinna, co? Ja chyba też.
I am honored that a knight such as you takes an
Bla bla bla.
About that sort.
Tutaj nie ma, tylko o tym mieczu. Rozmawiajmy o interesach, sprzedaż. Ja w ogóle coś tam mam jeszcze takiego do przepierniczenia? Chyba nie za bardzo. Dobra. W razie... Oj. Tak. Przepraszam bardzo, przepraszam, już wychodzę. Tych kłopotów na razie.
My breath is short, my feet are sore, I buy a horse that I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you will not wither, darling mine. Now, for the last time. The sun sees, I see, round, the heat goes cold, and the fire goes out. He drowned the fish and broke his neck, threw it down upon the deck.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
Do you ever work with copper here?
No, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach from the Monastery Craftsman's Yard has bought out all...
O, i coś żeśmy się już dowiedzieli.
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only a small town. There's Zach, who has a forge in the Craftsman's Yard and mostly works on the construction of the church. And then, apart from me, there's Master Armourer Otter of Ramstein.
Tell me more about Zach.
Don't have much time for him myself. He knows his craft, no question. But he seems to think his son, Vitus, will be a Master Armourer in Prague one day.
My father was a blacksmith, and I expect he thought much the same about me. That's how fathers are, isn't it?
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's at loggerheads with Master Otter.
Can you tell me something about Master Otter?
Well now, there's a master to look up to. He's worked for the lords of Kunstadt and for the richest townsfolk of Prague.
If you don't mind my asking, what brings him here?
The same as draws all reasonable people. He's enjoying the peace and quiet. Or rather, he used to enjoy some peace. That dispute with Zach must have put a few more wrinkles on his brow.
What are Zach and Master Otter arguing about?
Zach had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, and he wanted to buy out Otter's place for him. Except that Otter's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper who's barely let go of his mother's skirts? And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zach mostly. He badmouths Otter every chance he gets. He claims that he's only fit for mending pots, and that his son will see him off.
Okej, coś tam żeśmy się dowiedzieli. Niewiele, bo niewiele, ale jednak. Przynajmniej wiemy, kto mieć
I'm looking for
wykupuje.
pieces of a sword that a pilgrim from the Holy Land was selling. Would you happen to know anything about it?
I would. Of course I would.
Well?
It's a load of tripe. Only a fool would have given that trickster a single groschen, and I'm no fool. How about you?
But if he lied about that sort of stuff, it would be a terrible sin.
Don't be so gullible, lad. That bastard never saw the Holy Land. Unless it was in a fresco.
No dobra. Wydaje się, że więcej nic ciekawego nie będzie. Czyli co? Trzeba by pogadać przy klasztorze, tak? Z Zachem. Ulrykiem. Tutaj kto pracuje z miedzią. Może z Ulrykiem przy okazji pogadamy, co? Chodź, kobyłko. Gdzieś ci on? Ah, jest. Hello.
So, what did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
I consulted him and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins and quicksilver for the almond and the other part.
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
Dzięki. Gdzieś tutaj jest mistrz fresków? Fajnie.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about?
I'm hungry.
Who's holding back
I'd like
the
a
goods on
bite
you?
to eat.
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
What do you need quicksilver for?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon carrying it was ambushed. Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing. There's bad luck and then there's something else.
Na pewno pech.
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah.
Na razie.
But wouldn't you care to buy something before you go? Or play a game? I really need some money.
One ale over here, please.
Zagrajmy szybciutko.
Good luck then.
Co my tu mamy? W sumie nic ciekawego. A dalej nic ciekawego. Chyba sobie darujemy, co? Zapisujemy, rezygnujemy. Nie ma co ryzykować dalej. Dwie jedyneczki ma. A jedną tylko odłożył? Okej. No też mu coś nie idzie. Ach, skucha, pięknie. 3 jedyneczki na starcie. O, tak? Nie, kurde, 2 tylko. Myślałem, że się jeszcze coś trafiło. Może nie ryzykujmy, co? Na razie mamy 500 do 0. 2 piąteczki. Też nie zaznaczył? Okej. Teraz ma chyba 2 jedyneczki. O cię, kurde, ale trzasnął teraz. Wyrównał. No kurde. Nie za dobrze? 8 stów mi mnie jeszcze przegonił. O, teraz coś mi pykło chyba? A, jest. I dziękujemy. No cóż, bywa i tak. W początku nie szło, jak trzasnęło, to solidnie. To co, tutaj skoczymy od razu, nie? Może gdzieś. Dobrze, dobrze. Dobra, jestem na terenie prywatnym, ale to jak pogadać?
I'm honored that a knight such as you take.
Jasne, jasne.
Quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
I'm here on behalf of the master fresco painter.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
Przegadamy go? No spokojnie.
Can't you? In the Sasau monastery? That seems unlikely. It looks more like you're lining your own pockets to me. I wonder what people would have to say about that.
It's not. I'm not. Oh, shit.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some knight, it was. Without a crest. Armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota. A scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. That they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
A, to już mamy jakiś ładny punkt zaczepienia. Dzięki.
Very well. Thank you.
Good luck then.
O.
What the hell?
Gadać? To nie. Pospadaj. Się człowiek nabiega, nachodzi, co? Do tych zadań jeszcze... Na razie tutaj idę pogadać. Mistrzem Fajfarem. Hmm, 75 strawy, zaraz zacznie już w żołądku burczeć. Tutaj.
Good. Greetings. What business have you?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth the time.
I'll go and see.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapata.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Goodbye.
No, fajnie. Człowiek najeździ, co? Dawaj. Do jeden. Tu jest? O, B tutaj. Dobra. Może od razu za innymi rzeczami się tu rozejrzymy, co? To tylko ja, wieśniaczka.
What's going on out there?
Nic ciekawego.
Show yourself. Jesus.
Hello.
God be with you.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone. Which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The 5th scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague. Or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
The plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest, as though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home, no doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you.
Ja, dzięki.
Does Florian have any enemies?
Może jeszcze to zapytamy. Sprawdzilibyśmy skrzynkę, co? Jak się da otworzyć?
And the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bathmaid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Thank you.
No, dobra, dzięki.
I'll leave you to your work.
Good luck to you.
Nie będę się wypytywał tam dokładnie, nad czym pracuję. Gdzieś tu powinna być w takim razie ta skrzynia, o której wspominał, że się tam... Nic nie widać, nikt mnie nie śledzi. Bardzo trudne, nie damy rady. No dobra, to spadamy stąd w takim razie. Poszukamy tego nicponia. Może być... Dziebna, a tu Florian. Dobra. Może jeszcze do Kowala byśmy zajrzeli. Jak gdzieś go spotkam. Dobra, coś tu mamy. No, może z Witkiem pogadamy. Ach, tylko o interesach to nie. Jest Izach. Co mieć kupował.
The swordsmith from the town said he was after the pieces of a sword from some Queen of Sheba. A pilgrim was selling them a while back.
I know he's after those, but he's out of luck. He should have bought it while he had the chance. I still have mine on me. It brings me good fortune, and I shan't sell it.
Not even...
Not even for a king's ransom.
No cóż, nie, to nie. A na to co powiesz?
Why'd you ask?
I'd want to commission you to make something.
Then you best go elsewhere. I never use copper.
That's not what I heard.
What?
I was told in town that you bought all the other blacksmith's copper.
I'm being made a fool of yet again, it seems. Anything else? I still have work to do.
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I told you I don't work with copper.
Aha. What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
Well, there's Mikesh. He's honest enough, and a fair hand at everyday things. And then there's Master Otter. He used to have talent, but now he's too old, and too proud to admit it. Take care now.
No dobra. Twierdzi, że nie robi w miedzi. Ale jak to sprawdzić tak naprawdę?
Your father says you don't work any copper.
We don't.
I've heard differently around town. They say your father's bought up all the copper to be had.
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father? You're asking for it, boy.
W sumie co mnie zagadał? Go przekonam, co?
Just be sure you know what you're letting yourself in for.
Was that a threat? Do you think I'm an idiot?
You don't get it, do you? I don't particularly want to fight with you. I don't have the time or the need to prove anything. So I'll just take my knife and stick it between your ribs. And then I'll keep twisting.
To było dosyć przekonujące.
Jesus Christ! Are you insane?
Maybe. So are you gonna talk?
Just take it easy. You're right. We do make copper sheets here at night.
So why all the secrecy about it?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know why. I didn't ask.
Who buys those sheets from you?
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him. Father doesn't like to talk about it.
Your father has some serious explaining to do.
Jesus, please don't hurt him.
We'll see about that.
Take care now.
Powie nam coś teraz, czy nie?
So back to that cop.
What?
Your son put it quite differently.
What's that? What are you blabbering on about?
Don't be angry with him. I didn't give him any choice.
All right. I suppose there's no point lying. We do make copper sheets here, and I wanted to keep it quiet.
Why?
Pays me good money, and the people I do it for. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of them.
Did they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what they wanted.
A po im wyglądzie co oceniłeś?
Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. I'd show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
Ja ci gwarantuję gorsze rzeczy. Nie, spokojnie.
You shouldn't complain about the fleas.
There's no need for threats. We can both benefit here. If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter. One that'll cover up for my loss of earnings.
A co chodzi w takim razie?
So what are we talking about?
I recently tried to buy Master Armourer Otto Rabstin's business for my son.
O nie, no bez przesady.
He wouldn't listen to reason. He said he couldn't understand his legacy being taken over by a clod like my Vitus. Despite the insult, I doubled my offer, but Master Otto still wouldn't budge.
And what is it you need from me?
I thought I'd show Otto that Vitus isn't such a dolt as he thinks. But for that I need someone experienced in combat.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Jasne, że nie brzmi źle.
About that copper.
I told you everything I've got to say. I made you an offer. Now it's up to you.
I'll be on my way.
I can't wait.
What's your plan?
Otto's busy making a very pretty suit of armor for the bailiff. So I was thinking, if we could show that pretty armor of his is absolutely useless, he'd be disgraced.
And how am I supposed to see to that?
Well, I reckon we'd arrange a duel of champions with bludgeons. You'll put on Vitus's armor, and Otto will send his champion in that tin shit of his. You invite the bailiff to watch.
And what do I get out of it?
What we already agreed. I'll give up dealing in copper, and I'll tell you everything I know about what's been going on.
Co jeśli przegram?
What if I lose?
Nonsense. How could you? Vitus's armor is light as an eggshell and hard as a rock.
No dobra, zgoda.
I'll get to work on it.
Wonderful. Go to Otto first and talk him into it. Then go to the bailiff so he can announce it and get spectators. The more people see it, the better. We'll bring the armor to you at the combat arena. Good luck.
Dobra. Ach, te problemy, nie? Człowiek chciałby rozwiązać jeden, pojawia się 15 następnych. No mamusiu. Co tam nam jeszcze zostało? Z łaziebną mieliśmy pogadać. To jedziemy może szybko. Zagadamy jeszcze z nią i myślę, że starczy na dzisiejszy odcineczek. Potem zajmiemy się tymi pojedynkami z zbrojami. Z Florianem możemy pogadać, ale najpierw pogadam z łaziebną, że będę miał coś na niego, jakiegoś haka od tej łaziebnej, skoro chciała go pobić. Zielony.
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Esther. Poor girl.
Porwali
Shudder
ją?
to think what's become of her.
O, to grubo.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain. And if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
Where can I find this Florian? I'd like to ask him a few questions.
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not there, he'll be holed up like the rat he is in the cellar he rents from the baker. He's afraid of me, for sure.
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
A super.
It sounds like you're close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone. Who knows if she's even alive?
Chyba tyle.
God bless.
To idziemy do Floriana. Tak jak mówiłem, chce się jeden problem rozwiązać, pojawia się 15 następnych. Tutaj tak. Tu.
Greetings, Henry. May the Lord watch over you.
Ciekawego się nie dowiedzieliśmy. Wiemy, jak tu się dostać do tych piwnicy, czy co tam miało być. A, tu jest wejście, dobra.
God be with you.
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rappator mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dice for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
It's got something to do with that girl, hasn't it?
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not. I didn't want to get involved, I swear. Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
That doesn't begin to justify what you did.
I don't care. This isn't about me. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
No dobra, pocalę tu twoją Estrę.
Very well. I'll bring back your Esther.
Really?
Really?
But then you have to tell me everything.
I will. I swear to God Almighty. Please, just bring her back to me. Nothing else matters.
Where are they keeping her?
In the Skalitz Hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines. That's where I saw her last. They took me there when I said they had to let me speak to her.
All right.
Czyli wszystkie drogi prowadzą do Skalicy. I bardzo dobrze.
Don't get your hopes up. Anything could happen.
Take care.
Dobra. Tu już dowiedzieliśmy się praktycznie wszystkiego. Trzeba będzie wyruszyć jednak do Skalicy. Kerszt i cała reszta. No dobra. Się zdaje, że nie dotrę tam w dzień, tylko jak zwykle w nocy. A najwyżej tam wypoczniemy. No bo co ja tu mogę się jeszcze tak naprawdę dowiedzieć? No praktycznie już wszystkiego się tutaj dowiedziałem. Czy nie zaznaczyło tam za dużo? Pałach. Może od razu tu pójdziemy, co? Ale myślę, że na to będzie jeszcze czas. Oczywiście zapraszam na kolejne odcineczki. Trzymajcie się, do usłyszenia.